Kimi is the new HBO Max original movie that came out like yesterday, and I didn't even know it was coming out because I saw the trailer for this and forgot about it. And I was like, oh yeah. Then I went on HBO Max and realized, oh, it's out. And this was an interesting watch. So if you don't know what this movie is, again, it's an HBO Max original, and it's about this girl who her job is basically to listen to a smart device, like an Alexa or whatever, and her job is to listen to that and fix any problems that the device may be picking up or whatever. And she picks up something sinister and realizes, holy shit, I need to get out of the house. But it's like a problem because she's agoraphobic and that kind of thing. So this is kind of like a movie like Rear Window or The Woman in the Window, if anyone's, to use a more recent example. But however, this movie is pretty interesting. First of all, I just want to give credit to Zoe Kravitz. Her performance is incredible in this movie. Her her character arc in this movie is interesting, and she's a very unique character because we do have a lot of movies where like we have agoraphobics as the main character, but this specific character, holy shit, was she well done. I really appreciate that. That was really great. And I enjoyed the cinematography of this movie. This felt like, so this being an HBO Max original movie and kind of this concept, I looked at the trailer, I'm like, oh, this is going to be low budget, it doesn't look that well shot. No, I was actually wrong. I was constantly engaged to this movie. This movie has not the best pacing. I feel like it could have done with a couple, a little extra runtime, about 10 minutes more. Because this movie does feel like it's brushing past a lot, because this movie sets up a lot of interesting themes, like the fact that she's listening to her Alexa. Are we being listened to? Who's listening to us? What do we do about that? That type of thing. And that's an interesting concept. I really appreciate them addressing that concept, right? But that's the issue. They just but they don't but that's the issue. They just address it slightly, and they don't really dive into it and explore this concept that they've set up. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I thought it was a better watch than I thought it was, but it also does feel like a movie that, because it's nicely shot and has a good performance in it, it does elevate it a little bit, but overall, this movie is not more than just like a 5 out of 10 type movie. Like one of those kind of movies that's like, I didn't hate it, I enjoyed it, I enjoyed a couple things, but overall, I'm never going to watch it again. And that's basically what this movie is. This is kind of one of those stereotypical streaming movies, if you know what I mean. Like the kind of movie that you're like, that was decent, and then you just never watch it again. But it had a couple great elements that I really enjoyed. It's kind of unfortunate this movie doesn't give a lot for me to want to keep going back to it, because this was an interesting watch, and I enjoyed some of the themes. Just would say, if they had been explored more and the movie had been paced better, then it probably could have been like a really solid thriller type movie like a Rear Window. But unfortunately, it's just not on that level. And this, it very much feels like this could have been like an updated Rear Window, where it has themes about what technology does to us, and things like that. That could have been really interesting. But unfortunately, it just doesn't, I don't know. I don't feel like the script here, the pacing, and the just the writing overall brought enough to this movie to make it a really solid movie. It just suffers. But at the end of the day, I didn't hate the movie again. I thought it was an entertaining watch. I didn't hate myself while watching it. It's just one of those movies that just wanted more. But at what we got, pretty good for what it is. I would say if you're looking for a movie that it's really short and you'll enjoy, I would check this one out. But if you really want a movie that's gonna stick with you, it's okay to pass on this one.